My name is Jeff Charbonneau. I teach at Zillah High School in Zillah, Washington. The thing that they pay me for, as they say, is to teach chemistry, physics, and engineering and architecture. But in addition to that, I'm also the Science Club Advisor, Assistant Drama Director, Yearbook Advisor, and I'm also the Zillah Education Association Co-President. The Zillah School District is a very small district. We have approximately 100 students per grade. We service roughly 1,300 students in our entire district. There's a lot of high schools where that would be small for their high school. One of the things that keeps me going every day is the idea that today is the most important day for my students. And to get those numbers when you go multiple. So I teach chemistry, physics, and engineering. You can't say nerd much better than that. I teach quantum mechanics. I teach things like universal gravitational acceleration. I teach lots of weird, strange concepts. And ironically, I don't want my students to come away with memorizing equations. Okay, you're sodium hydrogen carbonate. 4.2 grams of this. What I want them to learn, number one, is confidence in themselves. Yes, they are smart enough to do this. Chances are, not all my students are going to become quantum physicists, and that's okay with me. In fact, I'd love some of them to become writers and poets, and others to go into acting, and others to go into business fields. But I want them to go into those fields with a little bit of background knowledge of what science is, so that when we're voting on things later in life, they have a little bit of understanding of what stem cell research means, what embryos are. I want them to have confidence that when they go into business, they can learn whatever the applied statistics are that they need to know for that. That's what I want my students to learn. Confidence and how to learn. Once it lights, set it down into the dish. One of the things that I like to teach my students is that they can do anything. And I really do mean that. They can do absolutely anything. You don't have to just be a guy who crunches numbers in physics. You don't have to just be an artist. You can be both of them at the same time, because it's all about how to think. I have a clock in the front of my room where the hands are backwards. And really the reason for that is I want kids to look at an everyday object differently. It's not a huge jump, but just look at it a little bit different. Okay. Welcome back to another day in paradise, ladies and gentlemen. When students come into my classroom every day, I say, welcome back to another day in paradise. And I really do believe that. In 2009, that really started to ring true. The night before, on Thursday night, a single vandal came onto our campus, toting cans of spray paint. Literally defiled the place. The students got it. Their school had been violated. Their campus. And literally in 4 hours, with about 60 people's help, we put this school back in order. When you're in paradise, you care enough to maintain it. You care enough to put in the sweat equity and the hard work to make sure that you can build it up. That's why I say welcome back to another day in paradise every day. Because I truly believe that's where I teach. You know, one of the other big main themes in education right now is funding. Within my physics classes, I don't have the coolest technology. We're literally going to be rolling a golf ball down some wooden boards in physics today. But what that does is shows that a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of old-fashioned work ethic to it can still get you the same results. There are only 8 schools in the entire state that receive fewer number of dollars per student than us. And yet, the courses that I teach for physics now count for college credit at Central Washington University. My chemistry courses now, we're the first in the state to be able to offer chemistry for college credit through Eastern Washington University. And then my engineering classes, we also offer college credit through those through Yakima Valley Community College. As you look at Washington State Teacher of the Year, I'll tell you what, it's a pretty cool honor. But that doesn't mean that I did it by myself. I had to have supportive co-teachers, I had to have a supportive administration, and I have some of the best students in the world. The students that come into my classroom are ready to learn and they're ready to be there. There's a lot of good things happening around here. I think across the country we are focusing so much on what we're doing wrong that we're forgetting to lift each other up on what we are doing right. That's my platform for education. Let's start talking about what's going on that's right in education. And when we do that, we'll be shocked at how far we've come. If you look around the walls of my classroom, there's nothing but pictures of former students. And I literally feel that I have an extended family because of my job. I see this job as something that I'm allowed to do. It's something I get to do. I haven't gone to work in 12 years. I've gone to school for the last 12 years, and I've hung out with really cool kids. I don't wake up in the morning thinking that I'm going to work, and they're the reason why. The pictures around my room tell the story of me for the last 12 years. I've been involved in the Zillah Education Association for most of my career, and then in my 6th year teaching I became the co-president, and I've been the co-president ever since. That's really important to me. There are 76 certificated employees in our school district, and I help give them a voice. If we all just understand what everyone else's point of view is, then maybe we can come to common ground and come up with a reason why we can fix it. Unfortunately, that doesn't always happen, and sometimes you do have to have a call to action. Because in order to have a great teaching environment, you have to be an advocate for yourself. You have to advocate for the proper funding, for the proper prep times, for the proper extended learning days. You have to be an advocate for those things. And I think that's what I get the most value out of, is giving other teachers a voice. A lot of people ask me, with all the activities that you're involved in, do you even see your wife and kids? Absolutely. I have 2 wonderful children at home. My son Andrew is 5, he's going to be 6 soon. My daughter Michaela is 3. I make sure that I'm home by 5:30 every day. My son Andrew comes to school with me every morning. We're here together for about a half an hour before he hops on the bus and rides down to the elementary school. At the end of the day, he rides the bus back up here. So he and I get a little bit of just one-on-one, just him and me time at work, which is really nice. So what do I do to have fun? I hang out with my family, and then I go back to school. I have a lot of fun in my job. I get to play with the yearbook. I get to play with chemicals in chemistry. I get to go build something in drama. I get to act like a lunatic on the stage for the kids. I have fun all day long. I get to do something new every day. And I know I'm making a difference by the end of it.